What if everything you've been taught about happiness is wrong? Think about it. We chase it, we seek it, we even sacrifice years of our lives for it. But what if true happiness isn't something to find, but something to be? In this video, we're going to explore the profound connection between our state of being and genuine, lasting happiness. Imagine a life where happiness isn't a fleeting emotion, but a constant, unwavering presence. Sounds impossible, right? For most of us, happiness seems like a prize we get only after achieving certain goals. Success, wealth, recognition. But what if it's the opposite? What if happiness doesn't come after life works out, but is available here and now as part of our being? Today, we'll challenge the assumptions you've carried about joy, peace, and what it really means to live happily. The shifting sands of emotion. Let's begin with the emotions we often confuse for happiness. Picture this. You land your dream job, you buy a new car, or someone compliments you. You feel good, right? But how long does that feeling last? Hours? Days? Maybe weeks, before the excitement fades away and you're left searching for the next high. This is the cycle many of us live in. We mistake short-lived joy or excitement for true happiness. But emotions are, by nature, temporary. Biologically, our moods are controlled by chemicals: dopamine, serotonin, endorphins. And these levels constantly rise and fall. Even something as simple as lack of sleep or weather changes can affect them. And yet, society tells us that we should be happy all the time. Just scroll through social media. Everyone is smiling, traveling, achieving, living picture-perfect lives. This amplifies the illusion that constant happiness is possible. And if we're not living that way, something must be wrong with us. This endless chase leaves many of us burnt out, anxious, and dissatisfied. So here's the first big realization. Happiness is not the same as feeling good all the time. Emotions are like weather, temporary and ever-changing. True happiness must be something deeper, more stable, more rooted. Happiness beyond the feeling. If happiness isn't just about chasing good feelings, then what is it? To answer that, let's turn to some of the world's greatest traditions. In Stoic philosophy, the goal was not to be cheerful all the time, but to cultivate ataraxia, a deep tranquility that remains steady regardless of what's happening around you. Life will bring storms, but the Stoic seeks to be like a sturdy ship that stays afloat. In Buddhism, happiness is often linked with nirvana, not in the sense of ecstatic joy, but in freedom from suffering. It's about liberation from craving, attachment, and aversion. Happiness here is the stillness of the mind, not the fireworks of emotion. And then there's modern psychology. Positive psychology talks about flourishing and eudaimonia, a Greek concept meaning a life of meaning and virtue. It's not about how much pleasure you feel, but how aligned your life is with your values, purpose, and potential. So the pattern is clear. Across cultures and eras, happiness is not defined as endless pleasure. It's a deeper contentment, a harmony of being. Pleasure is temporary. Happiness as being is sustainable. The power of presence. But how do we actually touch this deeper happiness? One powerful way is through presence. Mindfulness and meditation teach us to anchor ourselves in the now. Most of our suffering comes from being stuck in the past, rehashing regrets, or trapped in the future, worrying about what might happen. Presence dissolves that. Right here, in this moment, without judgment, there is peace. Psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi called this the flow state, those moments when you're so absorbed in what you're doing that time disappears and joy arises naturally. Think about when you're painting, writing, playing music, running, or even having a deep conversation. In those moments, you're not trying to be happy. You just are. Here's something simple you can try. The next time you drink a cup of tea or coffee, put your phone away. Notice the warmth, the aroma, the taste. That simple act of presence transforms an ordinary habit into a moment of being. It's a training in happiness. Cultivating a state of being. Now let's go deeper. Happiness as a state of being isn't passive. It's cultivated. And one of the keys is alignment. When your actions align with your deepest values, when you live with integrity, happiness stops being a chase and becomes a natural byproduct. Relationships also play a vital role. No one thrives in isolation. Genuine connection, whether with family, friends, or community, creates a sense of belonging that nourishes the heart. Think of the times you laughed uncontrollably with a loved one, or felt supported in a moment of pain. That's not fleeting. It's a glimpse into happiness as being. And then there's resilience. Life will always bring setbacks. Loss, illness, uncertainty. But if we cultivate adaptability, if we learn to bend instead of break, happiness doesn't disappear when difficulties come. Instead, it becomes the quiet strength that carries us through. So ask yourself, are you living in alignment with your values? Do you nurture meaningful connections? Do you see challenges as teachers rather than obstacles? The answers shape not just how you feel, but who you are. Embracing the journey. And here's the final insight. Happiness isn't a destination. It's not something you finally reach after checking off every box in life. It's a state of being you can cultivate, moment by moment, through awareness, presence, purpose, and love. Life will always have ups and downs. We can't control that. But what we can control is our relationship to life itself. True happiness is the ability to embrace the full spectrum of the human experience, the joy and the sorrow, the triumphs and the failures, without clinging or resisting. That's freedom. That's peace. And perhaps the best way to close is with the wisdom of three great voices across time. Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The Buddha. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, Flow Psychology. Happiness is not something that happens. It is not the result of good fortune or random chance. It is the product of a life lived fully. So what can you do today? Start small. Take one mindful breath. Align one action with your true values. Call someone you love. Remember, happiness isn't out there waiting for you. Happiness is already here within you, as your very state of being. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need this reminder. And don't forget to subscribe to Truthfully Free for more reflections on living truthfully, freely, and deeply. Until next time, be well and be happy.